I don't know if you watched the match at Wanderers.
Both. I watched the Wanderers game, then I watched the Durban game, and I was at the ground yesterday.
Yes. The Wanderers game, he showed that maturity that he had to stay in until the last delivery. He didn't stay in until the last one, but you could see the
The intent.
intent. Yes. And that's what I've wanted from him for a very long time. And it's good that he's bringing it now to the game.
So, I was telling AB yesterday, we were talking about his innings even yesterday in Durban. And like sometimes talent like that is seeking his method to his madness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like the game in Wanderers was his discovery of, hey, this is what I can do,
Yes.
of his method. And then you saw him exercise the same thing last night as well at Durban.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's kind of got the sense of that. Now it's about him building the consistency of keeping that going for a long time. And when he does keep that going, he's going to meet a lot of success. But after a point, doing that method is going to get boring for him,
Yes,
right? Especially
yes,
for a
yes.
young guy like him, it's going to get boring. He's going to want to try. He's going to try and be innovative with the way he with his method that brings him success. But he has to find joy in doing the boring things once this process gets boring for him. And then when he stays with it being boring and enjoys that process of it being boring and simple for him to do, then that's when he attains depth in the growth that he makes. And he stops growing horizontally, starts growing vertically, and which is what you want for a player of his caliber. Because he does that, then he goes into AB level, Virat Kohli level kind of. That stratosphere. Then he's breathing rarefied air. So you want talent like that because of his ability. You want him to have that. You want that talent to live out their potentials.
And, what you said is what I really want for him because you mentioned it earlier that he has this passion. I'm not sure if you heard the story, but I had to talk to him. Had to talk to his coach from school, and everyone. That after being on the sidelines at Mumbai and then having a middling SA20, he called up his coach, Dion Bottes, who coached him at school, and then so he sacrificed his December holidays to go to Cape Town, where Dion Bottes is now. He left office and now he's with Parkim. So he had to go there over the Christmas holidays, and they spent days in the net, just hitting balls, talking about cricket. Him sort of, I feel, as you say, there's a sense of self-discovery also that happens when you have moments like that, especially with a coach who knows you so well,
Sure.
who understands your game from the root.
Yeah.
And I felt that when you spoke about the hard work, the passion, that's the moment I went back to immediately to say, you know what, this kid did not wait for someone to say, you need to look at your game from a technical standpoint. You need to work on your game on this standpoint. He sat down and discovered that he had gone off the rails from his natural game, from his approach, from whatever technique that got him here. And then he had to go back, go to the fundamentals, which I think is also very important. Go back to the fundamentals.
Yeah. I think oftentimes a lot of youngsters think it's about building the hitting ability or the six hitting ability. But to be very honest, if you have the ability to hit sixes, it's about practicing your fundamentals and making sure that your fundamentals are as strong as they can possibly be, right? I love the fact that he went and he pursued, his school coach who he shares a great rapport with, and then worked with him through the holidays. But if you want to be a world beater, these are necessary sacrifices that one needs to make.
Yeah.
And I remember having a conversation with Dewald during the SC20, and I told him, I don't think there's anything wrong with your batting. I just think you need to figure out your method to your madness. There is a way you can win matches single-handedly. Because we know, if the world knows you can win matches single-handedly.
Yeah.
But there is a way you can win matches single-handedly that feels like this is yours, this is mine, I own it. Right, and I think you just have to discover that method, and you need to repeat that method. And I'm so happy to see him doing what he's doing right now, and I hope that he continues to stay and grow with it.
Yeah, I hope so too, because as one of his biggest supporters, I want him to have a 15-year-old international career.
Yeah. I think he's got the looks like he's got the feels for it, and I think we'll see him do it as well. And I think there's leadership ability there as well. Too young right now.
Yeah.
I would allow him to kind of breathe
Grow a
and grow
bit.
as much as because I think he needs to figure out his game a little bit more, especially like you said, conversions and whatnot. But I think once he does that, then I think he'll be primed for leadership as well.
I think, is there a lesson we can learn from your road? You made a debut quite youngish.
Yeah.
And there was that learning process, because I think you are different from someone who would have made a debut at 25, 26. You were in the lower 20s, and
I
so
was
there's
20 when I made my debut.
so there's growth and discovery and
Yeah, there's a period
development.
of unawareness, CS, when you make your debut at that young. You're it's also overwhelming when you kind of get the adulation and attention that one gets when you've got potential, right? And it's easy to get distracted if you don't have the right kind of guidance, you don't have the right kind of mentors in that time to kind of have a sounding board to kind of who can call you out, almost like call you out on your bullshit, right? But also kind of reiterate the great things that you're doing. Someone to be like who you can just blindly trust that this person's going to be authentic to me no matter what. Which is why I'm not surprised he went back to his school coach, because
Yes.
he probably felt that I need this person in my life. I need someone who I know that I can trust with all my heart and soul. And probably that's why he went back to him and found results post that.
Yeah, that's actually what he said. He had to go to someone who understands his game, who knows his game, and someone who's open to telling him, Dewald, you need to
Yeah.
do this and do that and do that and just get back on course.
Yeah.